Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to Golden Girls. I'm Blanche, and I have my lovely sisters with me today. I've got Val and Cleo, who is Dorothy, and Marina, who
Oh,
is
I didn't
Sophia,
change that. Yeah,
and
I'm
Val is
gonna
Rose.
have to.
And
Yeah,
okay, notifications just dropped. Yay!
good. Okay, I'm
And,
gonna change mine right now. Uh,
and let's see here.
There I am.
There I am. And hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Bora Bora, and we've
and
got,
it's her birthday today.
oh, happy birthday, Janet. That's fantastic. We got Val, somebody, Dragonfly Crystals, I don't know.
That,
Heart Center
I don't know
Tarot.
who they are. Tell them to go away.
Let's see, Jenny is here, Cleo is here, Rose is here, Joyful Journey is here.
Hello, hello.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Care Bear is here. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad to see everybody tonight. As y'all know, tonight is our political coffee clatch where we make snarky comments about our politicians.
Yeah.
Um, looks like Mike, the pillow guy, got turned down by the judge and told that no, he has to pay the guy that proved that there was no illegal stuff with the election. And he said he would pay anybody $5 million if they could prove that it was a false claim. This guy proved it. And then Mike didn't want to pay him. And so the guy took him to court. And the judge came back today and said, no, you have to pay him the $5 million.
You said.
How did the guy prove that that was a real thing? You know?
I think he went, he did something to do with checking the machines and how they're calibrated and how they're counted and all this stuff, which the companies had already proven that no one had gotten into them to change
Yeah.
the results anyway. So the
Right.
proof was already there.
Yeah.
All this guy did was make a effort to research it and bring the information back to light after it had already been told and said, yeah, look here. Here's the proof right here.
I wonder
Hi,
why the
Peg.
pillow guy's been so quiet lately. I mean, I know his business is just going down the tubes and he's in all kinds of trouble. But
Yeah, him too. Him too. That's another one. And what was her? Sidney Powell just got turned down for something by the court. MTG took her case to the Supreme Court about not having to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she
No.
said no, 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 and they had the whatever the rule in effect that the first time that you're in in Congress,
Mm-hmm.
you're meeting with everyone, you don't wear a mask the first time, it's a $500 fine and it comes right off your paycheck. The second time, it's a $2,500 fine and it comes right off your paycheck. Well, she's accumulated over $100,000 in fines.
Over
And
half
said,
her annual salary.
yeah,
is fine.
yeah, no, I'm not paying it. I'm taking it up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, pay up.
Good for Margie. I
Yeah.
hope she enjoys that.
Arthur calls her my tragic girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
well, you know, they're
Me
also
too.
getting on Biden's case again because Biden told everybody to go out and get a vaccine or get a shot, and they're trying to make a big deal out of that he shouldn't have done that. And I'm thinking,
Right. And in the
does
meantime,
anybody get why the economy, why the world has opened back up? It's because of the vaccines.
yeah.
If we hadn't had the vaccine, we'd be in a world of hurt right now, and we'd
We'd
be
also
looking
be
at like,
locked
oh my
up in our
God, we're
homes.
going into 4 years and the stores are still closed.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, it'd be horrible.
Yeah.
So you know, I know that he, you know, he was making it kind of like a mandate.
Mhm.
Well, for for federal employees, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for federal employees. But
So,
you know, I totally agree with you, Cleo, because I think that this was, and for entertainment purposes only, Trump's original plan was to really, right, Marina? I know you agree, to create chaos and a situation where we did have a decline in everything and we
Yes.
weren't able to get out there and because that he could control everything then. I
yeah.
mean, if all of us were limping along sick and not able to get well and all this stuff going on and
Yeah.
complete chaos, it's his
Well, and in the
theater.
very
It's his normal
beginning,
theater. So
in the very
yeah.
beginning, there was an effort made from the Trump administration to try to look into doing what needed to be done. And then
Yeah, hydroxychloroquine.
when statistical results started trickling in that the majority of people that were getting sick and dying were people of color and of low income, that's when they decided to just F up the whole process and they started outbidding states for PPE and you know and just all the crap that they
You're
pulled.
missing all the places where Trump invested in things that aren't even talked about. They invested in things like PPE equipment and then made it hard for anyone to get. Then they invested in crazy quackery to get people to buy the quackery that
Ivanka
doesn't work
Trump
and can be harmful to you.
That's
They
true.
signed a huge contract with
endless.
China 6 months before the
For
virus hit
coffins.
for coffins.
For
The
coffins,
coffins.
yeah, his
Yeah.
daughter
I mean,
was the one that
And what
really.
fell out? What fell out of my deck? Well, we were
Yeah.
talking.
But you know, they've
There we
recently
go.
come out and said that yes, the vaccines do cause certain things in certain people. That they're, you know, it's not 1000% safe.
Yeah.
You know, that the stuff that we've always heard about, the heart problems, the oh, brother, I can't even remember right now. But anyway, they're trying to make a big deal out of that. Like, okay, now they're finally admitting that, you know, and they never said differently in the first place. Nobody ever said, get the shot and you will not get the COVID. I mean, nobody ever
I
said
was
that.
vaxxed
No.
and boosted, and I've gotten COVID twice now. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
But it could have been worse. You could have
I
gotten
could have
Exactly.
been in the
from-
hospital
yeah.
with a tube down my throat,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I wasn't because I was vaxxed and boosted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and of course, it's been that big thing for the last, 10, 20 years with the, you know, the yuppie parents not wanting to vaccinate their kids. And
But yeah,
we're in the middle of another measles outbreak here in
Yeah.
my state.
that's
It just
crazy.
got announced.
Read
I
Care
saw it in the paper.
Bear's quackery indeed. Do you remember the whole Clorox stuff in the beginning? Like taking baths in it or something. Taking baths in Clorox. Yes, I do.
I think
Care
it was
Bear,
like,
there is-
shoot up some disinfectant, and then, as I've said before, take a black light and shove
Yeah,
it
he
up your
wanted
ass,
people to inject
and that
bleach
should
into their
probably get
veins.
rid of the COVID.
Yeah. Yes.
To shove a light up their butt and inject bleach into their veins. It's
Because
like,
isn't
no,
it just
that's
it's
not
that light, right? The light will disinfect it.
Totally. That's what I heard. That's what I believe.
Oh my God, the things that man said during that time, and then putting his son-in-law in charge of the PPE and all that, and suddenly everything dried up. People
Yeah.
couldn't buy stuff
No
anywhere.
supply
You had
chain.
doctors and nurses that were
Yeah.
trying to operate with Playtex rubber gloves on because they
Yeah.
couldn't get
They couldn't
regular,
get-
you know, gloves or anything.
Wearing a mask over and over and over in a hospital
Until it
setting because they
shreds.
didn't have any to be able to change into. Just
And a lot of those healthcare workers got sick, and a lot of them died.
Yeah,
You know, and Trump
exactly.
is such a complete asshole. He told our governor, Washington
I
State
mean,
governor, which we had supposedly the very first case of COVID up here, and
Right.
they he wasn't going to send us any ventilators. He wasn't going to send us any.
I remember. Yes.
know,
in the
Yeah.
places that did get ventilators sent to them, they were broken and didn't work.
Yes, they were purposely old things that didn't work. And I
Yeah.
remember, Cleo, when they were talking about that and not sending ventilators. And I remember all the convalescent homes and that needed those machines desperately, desperately. None of that should have happened.
Yeah.
None of that should have happened.
But you know,
Yeah.
you can vote for him again because he did a lot for you. So there you go.
Make sure you got sick and that you had the strong possibility of dying. No questions asked. I mean,
Yeah, just before you die. I think you're right. You're gonna die, but before you die, could you send me some money?
yeah.
Could you
Exactly.
and it's gonna take a couple months to clear up your estate. So could you do the little check box where for the next couple
Exactly.
months we can keep taking the money?
Or you can turn your estate over to me and kind of thing. Just leave it all to me, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Oh
Exactly.
my God.
Did you hear he was Laura Ingram was interviewing him, and yeah, that man is so low. I've said before, he's the bride at every wedding, the corpse at every funeral, and kid at every birthday party. But yeah, he was trying to kind of draw a comparison between Navalny's death and his own
Oh, yeah.
struggle.
Oh yeah.
Can you ever speak those two names in the same sentence?
Yeah.
Up in what falls out, demon.
Yes,
And
of
what's so
course.
funny is I read an article on Midas Touch
Hey, Michelle.
that hi Michelle,
Hi, Michelle.
that while Trump spent the day comparing himself to Navalny, Biden went and met with Navalny's family
Yes.
face to face to
Mhm.
offer his condolences and to see what can we do to help you. It's like, you didn't get that when the other one was in office. You'd get paper towels thrown at you or
Yeah.
some such nonsense.
That's
But
right. Paper towels. Yeah.
hi Susan, hi Rossi, hi Teresa.
Well,
I saw a couple more pop in here and I forgot to say hi. Lori
Reader.
and Louise. I think I got everybody. Okay. And Susan and okay.
all right.
think I
So
got it.
they what was I going to say? Oh, the Russian guy that got killed, and his wife and his mother are trying to get the body back. I've got a bad feeling that what they're going to get is a coffin with an urn in it.
Probably. Although the
Well,
mother
they won't release the body. They're waiting for the
allowed in
poison to
and
get
she
out of
saw the
system.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just got to view the body.
Well, they don't want to do any tests on it. That's why they're holding on to it as long as possible, because they're thinking if they hold on to it for a couple of weeks that you won't be able to detect the poison.
Right.
Um,
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, it's so obvious the way
It
they
is
treated that guy. He'd been poisoned that we're aware of at least twice now. But
Yeah.
I think he's been poisoned all along. I
Yeah.
think they're just
Yeah.
trying to figure out ways to
Yeah.
get rid of him, and
Yeah.
then they finally did. And then when it comes right down to it, they don't really care, and so they're going to hold on to the body. And I wouldn't, especially if the mother's already seen the body, then what does she care? We'll just go ahead and cremate him and put him in an urn. And
Yeah.
what are you going to do about it once it's done?
What gets me is everyone who wants to mourn and put flowers somewhere or they're arrested. They won't even let them show a sign of mourning at
Wow.
all for him. I mean, controlling the citizens about who they mourn.
A teenage girl for
I
putting
mean, a
flowers on
teenage girl.
memorial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this is
And they
crazy.
slapped handcuffs on her and hauled her off. Like,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And Navalny's mother
Because they're
said,
just looking around. Like, why did he end up in prison in the first place? Because he was going against Putin. You go
That's
against
right.
Putin, and you're going to die.
That's
Especially if you're
exactly
getting a lot of attention over it.
That's a
yeah, you're either going to get poisoned or you're going to decide to jump out the window.
yeah.
yes.
Um,
But Navalny's mother said that the thing that was really bothering her was, yes, she saw her son's body, but she said that they are trying to dictate to her where she's going to bury him, when she's going to bury him, and how she's going to bury him. And
yeah,
I
they don't
had,
want it to become a martyr's, you know,
Yeah.
a martyr's
it
site.
doesn't,
Wow.
yeah, it doesn't matter. They can erect a
That's
spot
right.
to him anywhere, and people will show up.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, Cleo. And I said that the other day. I think on Monday with Lori, I said, yeah, if they give the body back to the family, he will either already be embalmed or he'll be cremated.
Exactly.
That's how they're going to get it back.
Yep,
Absolutely.
exactly. I agree 100%. And I also agree that it won't matter. There doesn't have to be a grave anywhere that they can find. It's happened already. He's already immortalized as someone who has given their life for the cause of freedom and liberty and democracy in that country. So yeah, absolutely. And I'm getting the chills. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's already a done deal. They can't undo. The genie's already out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
the
I
genie
laughed.
years ago.
I laughed when they announced on last Friday that Navalny is dead, and the Kremlin has said that they are looking into it. They're going to get to the bottom of his death. Don't have to look very far, dear leader. Hello, dear leader. Yeah,
Hello.
and yeah.
Hi,
David.
Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon.
They'll
David
look into
did-
it. They'll look into it about as much as, do you find a pulse? Nope, he's dead. Okay, there you go.
That's exactly right, because they already know all they need to know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Care Bear, she's going to get a lot more protection.
Yeah.
She's already dealt kind of with this thing from, a little bit of
She's already
arm's length.
picked up the mantle and said, full speed ahead. Yeah.
She's carrying on the job that he started. Absolutely.
She's not just getting regular physical protection from people in countries around. I mean, I tried to do a reading the other night on her, and it was like the angelic protection around her was so strong I couldn't break through to get to her energy at all. All I could feel was all of that surrounding her in protection. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
they're gonna have a hard damn time getting to this woman because she's getting protected from the realm all the way down.
And I'm just getting the chills all over. It's really true. And this is going to change a lot of things, and this is going to cause a lot of movement. We'll just see what happens over there, but it's going to be on stereo. This is what's going to happen out there. So they dug themselves a hole with what they just did, and it's going to be broadcast everywhere, all around the world. The pressure is going to cause Russia to look at itself in a different way. And I don't even think that the Putin, who isn't the Putin behind the curtain and in front of the curtain, whatever, it doesn't matter, because the powers that be, the Russian oligarchs or the military who run everything, can't do anything. This is a runaway train. They've really boxed themselves in. Boxed. Yes. And they box themselves in a corner.
It says punch, but I read this as Navalny's supporters.
Yeah. And I read this as they box themselves in a corner and they can't get out of what they just the hell did. So,
well, with that guy, they're in trouble. But with other things, Putin is just gloating right now because they managed to take over a city in Ukraine. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. And also, then you've got this idiot. What's his name? Oh, yeah, Donald Trump.
Oh,
where he's saying he's referring to America, the United States of America, as a communist country.
Yeah,
What?
I know.
I don't know.
Communist? DT.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
goodness. Hi, Christine. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Clarence.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Arlene. Okay, I'm trying
Hi.
to catch names as I see them. Hi, Dolores. Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
When Val was talking about, yes, the people being detained and given their handed their military draft summonses if they were caught mourning Navalny. And there was also and it, yeah, Helen and I read on some of these last night. That's why I have the
I
notes.
watched it.
Yeah,
It was great.
Kremlin blogger dead days after posting massive Russian losses in Avdiivka. Yeah, he was in his 40s, and yeah, he said that the Russians lost like 130,000 lives or whatnot, and all of a sudden he's dead. Oh, he died. What happened? Apparently, he committed suicide. He jumped,
Don't they all?
jumped out the basement window. Yeah, that's what it
There's a
was.
lot of that going on in Russia.
I know.
Let's look
I know.
into that.
I know.
Must
Healthcare
be
sucks.
something in the water. I mean,
Yes. Yeah. And there was a U.S. Russian citizen by the name of Ksenia Karelina, and she wanted to visit her grandparents in Russia. She got a little homesick. So she and her boyfriend from the U.S. They flew to Istanbul. They spent some time in Istanbul on holidays, and then because she was getting so homesick, he said, "Well, why don't you go visit the family?" She did. She was immediately arrested because apparently she had given $51 to a Ukrainian charity.
oh my God.
And that was something that she did while she was in the States. She, gave that donation. So now the way the story goes is, they arrested her. They kept her for some time, like several days, week or two, whatever. And then they supposedly released her. However, no one has seen her since.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, we released her. We don't know where she is. On the ground. You know,
Yeah.
we already took care of her.
In the frozen tundra north of
Yeah,
Siberia.
she's in Siberia.
Yeah.
So this feels like that Putin, whoever Putin is, and whoever is behind Putin, they realize that the end days are here.
I mean, no matter how many people they kill, they can't kill the whole entire country.
Exactly.
I mean, they're going to run out of citizens if they keep this up.
Yeah.
Well, and did you hear what Donald Trump said about Ukraine? Well, he said this about all the countries that are involved with NATO, that he wouldn't help them if they didn't pay their fair share. And then he went into Ukraine. Well, what a effing idiot. I mean, Ukraine is not part of NATO.
No.
Yeah.
So
but it will
he
be
goes through this
soon.
whole big thing about, well, no, I'm not going to help them out. I'm thinking, do you see what happened because Congress would not get in gear and give them the money that they need? They don't have ammunition. That's why they lost that city.
Right.
I mean, it's just
And I love what Zelensky said when the city was taken, and part of his announcement was dictators don't go on vacation.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's subtle.
Exactly.
Zing.
What I found really kind of like gobsmacking was when Trump was answering that question, and he was saying, yeah, well, I would ask them, do you owe money? And if they said, yes, we do, I'd say, hey, you got to pay your bills. Come on now, you got to pay your bills. No, of course I'm not going to back you up. You got to pay your bills. And I'm thinking, That is rich coming from you.
Who never
And
pays his
doesn't
bills.
pays his bills. That is rich. And besides, he makes it appear as if these countries that are in NATO owe money to the US.
Right.
They might owe money to the UN. They don't owe
No.
anything to the
No.
US.
No.
And the EU has given probably at least 3 or 4 times more money in aid to Ukraine than the US has.
And that just shows you the disrespect Trump has for his followers, the MAGA, that he would say something like that, making it look like they owe money to the US.
Yes.
Because his MAGA followers will never understand that that's
That's their
baloney.
future.
But it's an organization, and each country has to chip in.
Well, and did
No.
you hear, speaking of money and paying your bills, he's trying to get it's over 500 million in a bond,
Yeah.
and he's kind of having trouble doing that.
Imagine.
It's
It's close
You
to
don't
600
say.
million now.
He's a little over leveraged.
Yeah, I mean, because
Look
he's,
there.
I'm sure he's trying to use his buildings to back it up, and they're thinking, but didn't you just get in big trouble for overestimating what your buildings were
But
worth?
he doesn't own any buildings.
It's called
only
you get
building
bit
he owns,
in
I
the
think,
butt
is
when you do
Mar-a-Lago.
something in the end. When you do
Everything
your
else
own
is
stuff.
he doesn't own the buildings. He just rented his name.
Yeah, just the name. That's it. Everything is leveraged. Not only that, but yeah, he is asking Judge Engoron, the guy that he called every name in the book, but a child of God. He's asking him if he can please have a 30-day extension.
No,
Because, well, it's just because.
And
And
a gazillionaire?
yeah, you know what? I'm going to think about that for a minute.
I don't
and
think
see
so.
what I can do.
Joe Citizen wouldn't be given an extension.
No.
No. Why would a gazillionaire on
in a rock and a
paper?
hard place. That's where he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did only have 30 days to come up with 355 million. Now it's up to 500 million, $500 million. The judge might go along with that. I don't see how he's going to be able to do it no matter what. If you're saying that a lot of the buildings he doesn't even own them, it's just his name
Correct.
on
Correct.
there.
He
Yeah,
doesn't.
he quit building buildings when he started being held accountable for the ones that were falling down.
Yes. Right.
Um,
It's
you
true.
know, or become fire hazards. So he
Yes.
quit. He couldn't get any contractors to work for him anyway because he
He
doesn't
doesn't
pay
pay.
them. So he wound up turning around and he just leases his name out. But the thing
Well,
with
I
it is
know he
all
does that a
these
lot, but
buildings-
I was hoping that there'd be a lot of property seizures in New York, at least in New York.
Yeah.
he
if
only
not
owns
everything.
666 in New York. And
There
that's
might
it.
yet be. We'll have to see.
And
Well, if he
the-
doesn't get
the-
that bond, how's he going to make his appeal? You have to come up with a whole lot of money when you're doing an appeal.
He might not be able to appeal.
Oh, damn
No.
it.
Besides, if
what
if
would
he
happen?
wants to appeal it, he has to put up the money first. He's
Yeah.
got to come up with the money, and then you appeal it.
And I don't know that he's going to come up with the money.
No.
He keeps waiting for his super PAC to come up with the money because he doesn't want to pay it because he doesn't have it.
Let's read on that. Is he
Okay.
going to
We can. Hey, just want to bring your attention to what Michelle Astrological Tarot said about what Putin said. And that is, there you go. Russia is a nation of biblical principles. Yeah.
God hates abuse, viewing it as simple and unacceptable delights in rescuing the oppressed from their violent oppressor. Putin says that. So that's quite a demented mind who would frame it that way, coming out of the autocratic kill everyone who doesn't agree
the
with
thing
me.
is these people can quote the Bible frontwards,
entertainment
backwards,
purposes
upside
only.
down, and inside out, and yet they don't know or understand what one word of it means. but they can sure recite you verse, chapter, and verse. I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I have to say, this is telling me something. I feel like 45 is going to take a trip.
out
I
the
don't know
window.
if he is personally going to have to take a trip to the Saudis. I don't know what he's doing, but there's going to have to be a trip
Was
But
he
is
going
he
to sell
gonna
his
be able
plane?
to
to,
leave
to
the country?
repair whatever it is. He has to do that in order to get what he needs.
Wow.
There's something that's going to be happening, though. The
Gonna
baby,
travel the ocean
yes, travel over the ocean to the
because
Saudis.
he's under the
Wow.
gun.
He's under the gun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
wow.
I get,
They're
yeah,
headed for the swamp.
yeah.
Are you guys
He's
all
gonna
getting the
take-
same thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
He's,
not-
he's going to
Mine
take,
think alike.
he is going to take a leap, and he's going to jump over to the other side,
Yes.
where he can pretend that he's the
Yeah.
knight in shining armor. I had to get away from there because they were trying to silence me,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
no, I've-
Dolores said when they did an exam of his building that the vents were just really dirty.
Well, it's like he built a couple of places that somebody could live in, and in his place, and then all the rest of them weren't. They didn't have sprinkler systems for fire. Whatever. They weren't up to code. They weren't anything. Nothing could work. But he didn't care because it was just a shell. He only wanted this, this, and that. And he only wanted to spend money on that. And then he wanted to leverage the hell out of it. Like it was a luxury place, and every single unit was finished to perfection with marble everywhere. Picture that now. He never did all those spaces, all those apartments. Imagine.
I wouldn't want to live in an apartment that looked like it had vomited gold and marble everywhere. I mean, it's like there's
a
elegance
lot of
within
people
there.
that have apartments in Trump Tower or Trump properties that are saying that if they sell them now, they have to sell them at a loss.
Yeah.
Because
At a big
nobody
loss.
wants to touch
Nobody wants
anything
that,
Trump.
Nobody wants the Drumpf, which is the real name.
Rumpf.
Drumpf name.
Well, you guys talking about him taking a trip, maybe Saudi Arabia, all that. That was discussed maybe, 6 or 8 months ago. People were talking about seeing stuff like that. So you guys,
It's taken this long to play out, and it might even be 3 or 4 months from now, but it is in the air to play out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he needs to get some money. Who else is he going to go to? He needs to go to that, he's got that golf pact with this crowd.
Yeah.
He's going to go.
I
do
think
some
Scotland's getting
cruising.
ready to take away his thing over there because evidently he hasn't been paying taxes.
No,
properties,
Sherry, say it ain't so. Not DJT. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's funny because I said even last year, I remember saying he's going to do a runner, and I had a couple other readers who said, no, he's not. He can't do that. The Secret Service would never allow that.
Oh, they can't.
And my first thing is, people have sold out their soul for a lot less.
Yeah, and he could do
it. All it takes is for a couple Secret Service people to just turn the other way.
There were plenty
now,
of
don't you think
Secret
he's already
Service
got
people
those?
who were doing his bidding.
Yeah.
Look at all the stuff with the text messages that were deleted in that Secret Service circle, and the DOJ has all that. Listen to me. No, it can be done.
Well, doesn't his son-in-law have a lot of connections in Saudi Arabia?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
The head
manages a lot of their
prince
money
in Saudi Arabia is like best buddies with
He had them do
Jared.
some, he had them invest in some scammy, seeing the Saudi prince's face saying, it's just like he was paying some slimy kid to get the hell out of the way and just placating him while their deals were going on. But he didn't think much of him. I'm sorry, for entertainment purposes only, Jared. But
Yeah.
but that was Jared. I'm sorry, for entertainment purposes only, is not a real businessman doing real businessman deals. I'm sorry
No.
to tell everyone. Am I right, Marina?
Just
Well,
like
see, I
his
thought
father-in-law
Jared
is
was
not a
doing
real
everything for
businessman.
himself, not for his father-in-law.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Right there. And he is wondering why Jared won't give him everything or give him money. And Jared's like, no, that's my money. On the deal, the backdoor deal he made with the Saudis, Trump's wanting to cut. Or you want some of it or you wanted to cut? And then there was a bunch of, that's
Yep.
why Ivanka and he got the heck out of the White House and all of that took place. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And that's
Very
what
as dirty as can be.
I've noticed since he's lost all these cases, or he's going to at least have to pay a lot of money, that both little Donnie Jr. and Eric have just been very, very quiet. Very quiet. I haven't heard a word from them.
Well, and
They're
Laura
scared.
Trump just got
Yeah.
named the RNC chair,
Yeah.
head of the RNC, so that she can funnel all the money that's coming into the RNC
Correct.
to Papa Trump.
That's exactly
Did
right. They
did
put that,
that go through, or was it something that he wanted?
he
Or-
wanted it and had it put in place. They were talking about it a few weeks ago, that
Yeah,
he
I heard it
wanted to
this
make
morning.
sure
She
that
was
his
there.
super PACs and all the money that got funneled would get in, and it would go to his super PACs. Somebody favorable that would give him everything that he wanted. And this is just it's just a game to him. He's playing a game. He's always played this. Here we're, the three cups.
Yes. Yeah. Find the P. Find the P.
There's no place that actually has money. There's no place
No.
that you can be paid because he doesn't actually have any. So, but you can pick the cup because the cup
Yeah,
is
no,
empty
trust
every
me.
time.
Trust me. Yeah. And Teresa Simpson said, if she wanted to know, do I think Trump will sell any of his golf courses to pay bills? No, he is going to hang on to them until the bitter end. The only way
Until
that
they
he's
get
going to part
we
with
do that.
anything is if the government steps in and takes it, because who he is absolutely tied to his possessions.
And that's why he signed up for that golf deal too.
Yeah.
Because this is all tied in with trying to make a lot of money
Yeah.
out of nothing.
Well, I wonder if there's been a backhoe over at that one golf course where the ex-wife is buried to pick up all the documents and possibly gold or whatever else, the important stuff. Because it would be terrible if they seized that and he hadn't gotten the stuff out of the ground before it happened.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
That would be a crisis.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would not be good. That would not be good.
He's looking for the key to get him out of trouble. And it's just a cauldron of hot, steamy mess that he's into. And he thinks if he stirs it enough that eventually what he wants comes to the surface. But no, this is the end.
I think that's true. I think that's true because when I got that baby angel,
Yeah.
I think at the end, that's him, going, that was my sense. I didn't want to say it.
Well, and as David has said, and Arthur, both of them have said, you got to be breathing to be president.
Yeah.
Well, I know everybody's saying that there's health issues and a lot of things could happen before November.
His departure will be a gift.
Yes. Correct.
It will be a gift. And Teresa says, yeah, that she's waiting for Louboutin to sue Trump over his red bottom sneakers.
gosh,
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Huh?
Did you guys see those sneakers?
Oh,
Oh,
I haven't looked at a picture of them
Lovely.
yet. No. Are they?
You can
For
get the
all
same you can get the same exact pair of sneakers on Temu for under $10.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where he probably got them. He got them
Yeah.
on Temu, and now he's
But he's selling
Put
them
a
for like
gold key on it. Gold,
Yeah,
what is it? LeMay or LeMay? Is that what they call that
They-
stuff?
yeah, gold
yeah, they
LeMay.
glued the LeMay. He probably had a kid in the back sitting there gluing on the
Gluing
Yeah.
on the tree for Trump on
T.
the tennis shoes, and then putting the flag on
I'm
there.
gonna glue the T on these $10 sneakers, and then we're gonna sell them for 400.
And then
Yes.
did you
Yeah.
see the bobbleheads? The bobbleheads just floored me. I mean, I can't believe that they haven't talked more about it. You know, he's like got the black leather jacket on and the black clothes, and
Yeah.
it's just the most ridiculous thing. But you know, he's seen in the past that he sold baseball cards that were likenesses of him dressed as superheroes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he made money on that. So, but you know, I mean, the kind of money he's going to make off of tennis shoes and bobbleheads
Yeah.
ain't nowhere near
No.
355 million. I
No.
mean, you're going to have to sell an awful lot
No.
of tennis shoes.
That's
And
this is
facing it
barely going to cover his Adderall. So you
Yes.
know,
He's facing an inferno because it's all getting bulldozed right over the top
Yeah.
of him. He has no
Yeah.
control over it.
yeah.
He's on the edge of a knife,
Yeah.
waiting for the next stab or cut to come along. While he wanders around in his maze trying to figure out where the hell am I and how do I get out of here?
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is just all puff of smoke.
Smoke
I
and mirrors.
mean, everything he talks about is going up in a puff of smoke
That's right.
because he lives in the unicorn world.
He does.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know.
And this is what fell out. Russia
Yeah.
and then Putin going to heaven. This is
Ooh.
and then what happens after that? This is that Trump card of Trump going to heaven. So you've got Putin and Trump going to heaven pretty much together.
You know what? I heard someone just the other day who
These
said,
fell out.
yes. They're that yeah, they were going to pass very, very quickly. one
Yeah,
way
you know who
or the
said
other.
that? Andre has also said that same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is saying astrologically they're extremely tied together, and you would not be surprised at all. They have the same astrology, two Geminis that really match up well for crossing near each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh well. Oh
God,
well.
if that happened, that would just change everything. It would change.
Wouldn't it though?
Yeah, it would just be wonderful. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate to say that about somebody, but I mean, really, if you,
Mhm.
I don't really want them to die. If they could just be eliminated, just taken out of the picture.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping for that with Nikki Haley, that she would do something. Oh my God, she is just now
Yeah.
she's just screwing herself by talking about
Oh,
she would pardon Trump and stuff because she's trying to get on the good side of the mega voters. And I'm like, oh, please.
Yeah.
I can't remember what Biden said, but somebody asked him if he would pardon Trump. I don't know if he just said no or he had some comment, but I'm thinking, no, why would anybody pardon
Yeah.
Trump?
Why would they?
Yeah,
I
why
mean,
would they?
He did something that is traitorous.
Yeah,
You can't come back from that. How do you come back from that? You have no regard or respect for your own country. So there is no redemption value in that.
and he just
Period.
keeps making it worse for himself,
Yeah.
saying that we're well. I guess what he said is that we're becoming a communist country, and what he's relating that to is how the DOJ has picked on him and that all this stuff is the witch
Yeah.
hunt. And I mean, it's just so ridiculous that the DOJ or any of these courts, nobody, it's not a political thing with them. And the courts do not have emotions. They're
Yeah,
going
that's
by the rules and by the law. They're not saying, oh, we don't like you, so we're going to go after you. They're saying you did something wrong and now you're going to pay.
But you're dealing with a small child who is having a tantrum because he's always gotten his way before. So
He's going to hold his breath and hold his breath
he's gonna
until he
hold it
passes
down.
out. But
He's
I'm not eating the broccoli.
Exactly. He's going to keep throwing it money, somebody else's money, not his. He's going to keep throwing money at whatever court cases there are, thinking, well, I'm not guilty of anything. I'm just a 5-year-old kid doing their thing. That's
But,
how he
you know,
is.
He's
really-
getting a little bit scared because there's a lot of legal scholars, a lot of ex-judges and prosecutors that are saying, no, he did something wrong.
Yes,
He does not deserve immunity. As far as keeping him off the ballot, I don't know. I think he's going to keep himself off the ballot.
Yeah, it could be.
We'll see. And,
Well, I mean, if he gets sick, if he does something like, he might be on the ballot still, but everybody's saying that he will not be physically able
incapacitated. Yeah.
to.
I'm going to read to see if he's going to be on the ballot. Let me just.
I'm
Okay, we'll do
almost
that.
doing it.
that it's
Yeah.
better to let him be on the ballot so that he can lose
Yeah.
by an
Bigly,
astronomical
he can
amount
lose
all
bigly.
the way around. Yeah. And that
And Karen
That's
Adams
what we
has a
know.
good point. Yeah, Haley is staying in case something happens to 45 and she can hop in to replace 45.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I've always thought.
Oh,
Absolutely.
so he's going to try and run. He's the demon who's going to put on his dancing shoes. So he's got a lot of guts, but this is the outcome.
Oh, love it.
You cannot make that up.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
So
Yeah.
you're saying he's not going to be on the ballot?
I'm saying, well, we did read, this was about the ballot. It sounds to me like he's going to be in jail before he can run. I mean, before he can really get going, or maybe in the middle of going.
And I've always had the feeling that the current administration is keeping close enough tabs on him that when he attempts to make a run for it, they're going to be right there waiting for him, saying, "No, I'm sorry, your passport's no good. You can't leave the country."
Passport's no good, and we might have to detain you as a flight risk.
Yep,
Or detain you because you can't pay your bills.
No, yeah, there's that.
or
Yeah.
both.
Because you laid your egg and you have to sit on it.
My God, he sees himself as the dragon. He sees himself as someone mighty, someone powerful, whatnot. Especially, when he looks in the mirror, that's what he sees back. He doesn't see himself as he is.
He's
Right?
always got that 7 of, the delusion card.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
he told his followers, he said, "This is not about me. This is about you. I'm doing this for you." And I'm
Yes,
kind of like
absolutely.
Jesus. And
It's the Putin playbook, though. It really is. It's the Putin playbook. That is the way he reacts. Like he is the one saving Russia with all his moves, and everything he does is defend Russia and what Russia this and Russia that. And the mothers who have lost their kids are all like, "Oh, hell no. This isn't it."
Exactly.
We were minding our P's and Q's and all happy when he started this stuff going on with Ukraine. That was unnecessary.
And there's still a lot of people that in Russia that, it's kind of like you're getting your dose of daily news from Fox News and only Fox News.
I know. There's
and so, they don't really see what's going on
drink
in
the
other
Kool-Aid.
parts of the world. So, you know.
But
They're-
the younger people,
Yeah. Yeah. The younger ones are seeing, the younger ones are telling the older ones, and they're starting to educate the older ones. They're asking questions that the older ones
Yeah.
are having a difficult time answering,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And that's going to be the impetus for the change is that, I mean, come on. We all saw Tucker Carlson in the grocery store. Oh my God. Can you believe this bread? Because there is no bread in the US. Never has been. You know,
here's
he's
the
showing
thing.
you something new.
I watched this great guy. He's got a family, and he's just a normal person in Russia, and he does these YouTube videos. And he says, just yesterday, I was watching him. He went into a supermarket, and he and his wife showed. Now he says this has pesticide. You don't want to buy this here.
Yes.
This is full of pesticide. You don't want to buy this here. And he went down and showed all the different things. And just the only things in the big supermarket that has a lot of stuff, the only things you could buy. He said the rest of it, you have to go to one of the health food stores to buy the things that are very expensive and organic. Because you cannot put all this pesticide into your body. Everything's full of it. And this is a normal citizen. This is what they know, and this is what they have to do. And his wife is pregnant, and of course they're making sure they eat well. And you know, and he's not down on Russia or anything. He's just saying this is how we live, and this is what you have to know.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's anyway. But anyway, I just ran.
Poor old delusional.
This is what people that are in the mix of people in Russia who are between the people who don't know anything and they're glued to the propaganda TV, and the young people. So here's a rainbow. They think, oh, everything's just wonderful the way Putin has always made it. And of course, wait, let me throw the Russian bear claw in there because it always comes in. This is the young crowd. They do not go along with it at all, at all. What happens? There's going to be some kind of uprising because they're not going to take it. I don't know if this is literal or it's just showing war. I don't know what that represents, but it caused broken hearts. And that's what needs to be mended. And oh, my final card, the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
This is how they're feeling there. Between
I
all
started out. Go ahead and finish, Val.
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. I started out with the unicorn. He's still in his happy place. He thinks it's all gonna go. He thinks he's a rock god.
Yeah.
You know, he's got it all. It's all, but like Val's Grim Reaper.
Yeah, there you go.
In the graveyard.
They are going down. That whole Putin regime hard.
Yeah.
I don't know, timing wise, but it's going to happen. And this was the beginning of the catalyst for it with Navalny.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Oh, we need to do something like, let's do a community reading or something to light this energy up.
Wow, it's already been an hour.
I mean,
look at that.
Where can Mango Clown go and hide? The whole world knows what he. I don't know that he can actually hide. That's why he needs to go to Saudi Arabia.
I don't know if he didn't put on the makeup, if he took off the girdle and the shoes,
the girdle,
and just let his hair hang naturally, he could probably walk down the street and nobody would know who the hell he was. But he would not allow himself.
No, never.
There is no way.
Yeah, never. He would be looking for a place that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the U.S. So thinking that they wouldn't be able to get him out. Now, one of the things that happens when you believe your own press is you can see that it's okay for you to do things, nasty things to other people, but you take great umbrage if they do it to you. Okay. So let's say he goes over and he makes it out of the country and he goes over to Saudi Arabia. And he arrives and says, hey, I'm here. I'm here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. What is preventing them from saying, Donald, please come with us? And they put him up in a nice hotel and they call the US and they said, yeah, we have 45 here. And he's about to spill the guts on everything that he knows. So it's going to cost you a couple bucks to get him out. And, if you want us to forget what he says, it's going to cost you a little bit more.
I'll just keep
Just because they say that, no, you come here, we'll take care of you, doesn't mean that they would.
because they would be saying, oh, no, we already changed all the codes. We already did all this. He's got old information now. We've already changed everything. We changed the locks too. So
Karen
Well, we're
Adams
looking
says,
at the difference
what are
between
the
the
odds
naked
of
man and the
people-
weirdo.
No, yeah. He's saying, what are the odds of the people getting 45 sneakers delivered in July? No refunds. Slim to none. And Slim has left town. There's, yeah, no, they've just given him money for nothing.
Oh my God. Oh, I love what Tammy said. His smell would give him away.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
Could you imagine being
The
stuck
diaper,
on
the
a
diaper,
subway or an
the diaper
airplane
would
with
give them
him?
away.
I like what Michelle put. Yeah. Or what Peg said. Navalany's ghost could push Putin out of a window.
He wouldn't do that.
yeah.
Nope.
He sees the bigger picture about what all this is about, and he understands that this is a shift in consciousness, and these are the players on the stage necessary to create that change. And we just happen to be here at this auspicious
He's
timing.
becoming the master now.
Yeah, becoming the master. And I have enlightenment for him.
Excuse me. Yeah. Who was it? What did I see up here? Just a second. That said, Teresa Simpson. I believe Navalny's wife and mother will help bring down Putin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. They're especially his wife. There is a steely determination in that woman that you can just see by the way she stands, the way she looks. She is very much like that. She's got it all together. She knows what her next step is going to be. She has already, buried him 1,000 times in her head. She realizes that what they will get back in terms of a quote unquote body, that is not her husband. They have a much bigger, much better spiritual connection.
Mm-hmm.
So she's able to kind of sit back and go, no, job's not done. We're going to finish this. And she's going to be going after Putin and what he did with a vengeance.
Yeah.
She's becoming the master.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she's going to carry on the gift of what he offered.
Yeah.
And they can go as far as the moon and they'll never.
And I'm going to tell you,
if
anything happens to Navalny's mother and wife, you think it'll make it 10 times worse, 100 times worse, because everyone will know what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They painted themselves. They boxed themselves into a corner with that.
Yeah, I was really surprised that the mother is trying to sue to get the body back, because I thought, boy, you got a lot of backbone to do something like that, because you're
Yes.
dealing with people that just like, you're going to sue us? Oh, well, oh, did she get pushed out a window?
Well,
Yeah.
no, they're going to go, oh, it looks like you didn't pay your taxes last year and something this and that, and then they put them in prison.
Well,
That's
yeah,
They have
yeah.
already, they've already arrested his brother.
yes, they did.
Yep.
So I think that you know what? I think that as a mother, as a wife, you get to the point and you say, look, you know, you've taken everything that means anything to me. You've taken it.
Yep.
So I got nothing to lose.
That's
I got
right.
nothing to lose by
They don't
coming
know who
after
they're
you.
dealing with. They don't know who they're dealing with. They should have seen the writing on the wall when Navalny, poisoned by neurotoxins, got on a plane and came back to Russia and said, "Here I am." They should have known better.
Yeah.
This was all something he realized could happen.
Oh,
He
yeah.
didn't run away from anything that was going to happen to him. He faced his
Yep.
situation so that we
Yeah.
could really see it and react to it. So
And that was one of the reasons
it
he was
can't be
taken out.
wasted.
Couldn't break him.
Yeah. And
You
it
know,
can't be
they could
wasted.
humiliate him. They could imprison him. They could try to starve him. They could do all kinds of things to him, but it wouldn't break his spirit. And we saw that when the week before he died, he was in court and he was laughing with the judge and carrying on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no. So that, I think that's what really, really pissed Putin off.
Yeah.
Son of a, you know what?
Yeah.
Laugh. Go ahead and laugh.
It's
Because Putin thinks he's got the last laugh. And what he doesn't realize is that no, Navalny's going to have the last laugh. Whether if he's here or over there.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
he is beloved of the people. Putin is
Oh,
feared.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Rule
People
from
will do
fear,
anything.
rule
Absolutely.
from love is a whole different thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, on a
Absolutely.
little bit different note, and since Biden, somebody was talking about that Biden was meeting with Navalny's wife or widow.
Yeah, and mother. Yeah.
And, you know, all the stuff that Biden's been doing lately, I've noticed that we're starting to see a little uptick, a little bit more positivity towards Biden. And other shows that I've done, other readers have seen him really moving on as far, you know, I mean, it's just been so terrible for him for 3 years that this 4th year he's gonna get out of that the negative polls and stuff, and people are going to see what he's doing. He's also trying to do something with the border that he can work around
Yeah.
the Congress. And
Yeah.
so I see that, yeah, Biden he's fighting now. He's fighting now.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it'll be nice to see. I think that there's okay, this is one of the issues that I have with the mega crowd is you can't decide between two things being true, and they cannot both be true at the same time. So they accuse Biden. He is the one that has orchestrated all the things that have happened against Donald Trump. He has put all the people in place who have come up with all these fake laws and everything else. So he is the mastermind behind everything that is happening to Donald Trump. And in the same breath, and they say, but you can't, I mean, poor old Joe Biden, he's just a dithering old idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's
Is
not.
he an idiot or a mastermind? Which one? Make up your mind.
Can't be both.
Pretty amazing how he could calculate all those deals he did with Hunter Biden and blah blah blah. If he's a doddering old
Yeah.
Niall. Can
What
only
Needs
the
to
Well,
have
and
his afternoon nap and, can only put in
I
a
think
couple
one of the
hours.
reasons why we're
They
starting to
want to
see an
say that kind
uptick.
of crap about Biden, but they won't listen to the fact that the guy that, they're trying to impeach Biden. They're still on that course with all these other things that are happening that are obviously really happening. The border, Ukraine, Russia. No, they want to talk about getting rid of Biden over something that never happened. And everybody knows that now.
They're
And
just
instead of backing
upset.
down,
Yeah.
they're jumping right into it again.
I
Jumping right
think
into it again.
I think this is just a distraction and to irritate Biden,
Mhm.
to really disrupt him so that they can cause like little bunch of angsty teenagers causing trouble. And
Yep.
look what we can do like that, not grown-ups who have bills to write, laws, legislature to I mean, those
They're
would be
not
grown-ups.
going-
Those
they're
would
not
be-
going to irritate Biden. He already knows they're a
It's all
complete
about-
irritation. He could care less. He just wants to get the job done.
Yeah,
And as
exactly.
and he has totally dismissed it from the beginning when they've been trying to impeach him since he got into office.
Yeah.
They've been trying to connect him and his son in some, I don't know,
Money
some big
deal or something with barista
Well, and I
or
think
barista or
Yeah.
whatever.
big conspiracy.
one of the
to make a lot
reasons-
of money. And I mean,
Yeah, I
it's just,
think one of the reasons why we're starting to see that little bit of an uptick with Biden's numbers is because there are starting to become pockets of the press that are now actually reporting facts.
Yes.
yeah.
Of
Because
what
how
he's accomplished.
boring to get on the 45 wagon.
Yeah.
How boring is that to keep repeating the rhetoric? Well, now what's the rhetoric today? Oh, let me write that one down because it's not based on truth. So you have to keep,
Yeah.
what's this lie today and what's that lie? I mean, pretty soon it's got to drag your energy down as a reporter, reporting lie after lie after lie based on nothing, just rhetoric and silly articles you write that don't go anywhere. And the reporters who have to say silly questions that don't mean anything, that are fluff and ridiculous, that's got to feel stupid
Well,
to them.
even the reporters on the news, they're saying that they'll say stuff like, and this was something I saw, and I think it was like Jimmy Kimmel Live or something. But anyway, they were saying, okay, we've got to take a break because Trump's got something to say that they think is going to be important. Trump starts to say something that talks about how he's been, the witch hunt and all that stuff. And then the guy goes, oh, okay, well, never mind. And then he went back to something else and they broke into it like 4 or 5 different times saying,
And he never said anything.
He never said anything.
He
never
doesn't
said a
say
damn thing.
anything.
Yeah.
Press, when he was a president, which he never was, but when he was president, and he'd have a briefing or whatever, he'd come out there at the podium, and he'd just say lie after lie after lie after lie, but he never said anything.
Yeah.
After lie, but there'd be nothing said. And then Kelly McEnany would come out for him and say lie after lie. I'm not saying anything. Lie,
Alternative
lie, lie.
facts.
I'm not going to tell. I don't know anything. Lie, lie, lie. Whatever it is, it's never been about telling us how the country is running,
No.
how we're progressing on anything. It's never been based on any of that. And if I was in the GOP, I would hang my head down and cry. I would be so ashamed and
Oh,
embarrassed.
there have been several of them that have finally come out and said, give me one thing that I can go to my constituents
Yeah.
with to say that we've done or that we've tried to do.
Yeah.
That's not negative.
Remember the guy
And there is
standing?
nothing.
Yeah. Remember the guy standing in the aisle? I don't know if it was
Yes.
in Congress or where it was. And he's saying, what have we done? What have we
They
accomplished?
haven't done anything. It's so embarrassing.
It's
They
so
haven't done
embarrassing.
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Except go after Joe Biden. And why go after Joe Biden? Because Trump got indicted. So we have to indict Biden as well.
It's a 5-year-old response. It's
But it's
kindergarten.
so,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
so
gonna
Yeah.
stand on
disgusting
you.
that Trump does not want them to do the border deal because it would look good for Biden.
Yeah,
That
he
is
admitted
just-
it.
That's amazing to me that growing
But
a
I-
vote do.
I
or
already
do
read
more-
on that. Yeah. I said that was why he was really doing it. I said it a long time ago. And
Yeah.
sure enough, he admits it. And isn't
Yeah.
that a very infantile mindset?
Yes.
Oh,
Country first. The
Yeah.
country.
it's like nanny, nanny, boo, boo. You know.
No, I'm first. I'm
Yeah.
first. Not the country,
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
citizens.
It's me. It's all about me.
All about me.
Yeah, but okay, I'm going to stop talking about me. I want to hear what you have to say about me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because it's all about me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
And by the way, I have some sneakers to sell you. And it's
Yeah.
Well, I
my
like what
my
I
name's
like
on
what
it.
Karen just said. Biden may sanction Putin by giving his locked bank accounts with billions to Ukraine.
Oh, wouldn't that be poetic justice?
Wouldn't that? I like that idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you've got organizations like Midas Touch and some of the others that
Mhm.
are just growing exponentially in their viewership
Yeah.
because they're getting out there and
They're reporting the
stating the
news
facts.
and they're
they're
taking,
reporting the news.
yeah.
And
They're
people
giving you
are
the legal side of what's really happening and what you can count on
and breaking
legally.
it down so normal everyday people can understand what the legal mumbo jumbo is.
Yeah.
You know, MSNBC tries to do it, but they're controlled
And also
by
Brian Tyler Cohen
the
is really
powers that
good.
be.
Yeah. And
That's another one.
he does something with Glenn Kirshner that I always watch
Yep.
because they
There's
really
another
break
one,
it
yeah.
down. Yeah. Yeah.
But they're all coming off of Midas Touch.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
best thing those three brothers did was when they said, enough's enough. We got to do something about this. And it
Absolutely.
went from a little handful of people that was listening to them on, what was it, Sirius XM?
Yeah.
And now they've got how many millions upon millions of
Don't forget the
subscribers?
Lincoln Project.
The Lincoln
Yes.
Project's
Yeah.
another one.
They made some zingers out there. If you go to their channel and watch some of their ads now,
And
um,
there's another one. There's Zev. I can never say his last name. I don't know. It's foreign, but he's like from Australia or New Zealand or somewhere like that. He's been covering news and stuff. He does like once or twice a week. He does a live news program. It gets all kinds of people that come on and it's like, you know, why isn't this being broadcast nonstop? You know, wall to wall everywhere. It's
And there's Bo of the Fifth Column.
yeah, that's another one.
Really like him because he can get in there and okay, you know.
I like
How
Bo
about this?
because
Let me
he
teach-
has that
Let me
he has
teach you
that
about
good old boy
fractions.
attitude, and you know he's a good old
Yes, look.
Southern boy, you know, and just like okay, look, this is how it works. I'll never forget he was talking about hurricane relief, and he helps raise money and get donations, and then he and his kids will get in their truck and they'll go to these neighborhoods to bring food, blankets, whatever. And we lost Val. And he was talking about he could go to a poor neighborhood of people of color and they can pull up and there'll be 2 or 3 of the big guys that'll come out and like, you know, what y'all want? And he'll get out and say, look, we got supplies, we got water, we got, what do you need? And he says, and those people can stand there and they can tell you every house in the block, who needs what, who's doing without, who has kids, who does not. He says, but you turn around and go to one of the more affluent neighborhoods. They don't know their neighbors.
Yeah.
They couldn't tell you who has kids and who doesn't. They have no clue what to do or how to do it. You know, he says, it's here she is.
Well,
You disappeared.
oh, yeah.
A mystery to me.
Well, at least you
But
made
yeah.
it back.
I came back
Yay.
just to say goodbye, probably. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been on here for
Yeah.
excuse me, for
I'm
an hour
getting
and
a
15
little
minutes. So
a little tired.
it's time to go eat.
yeah,
And
it's time. It's
yeah.
time. So yeah,
exactly.
thank you everyone for being here while we had these lovely coffee clutch conversations
Yeah.
with the Golden Girls.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
solved the world problems
We-
one table at a time.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I love about the Golden Girls.
One
It
cup of coffee at a time.
gives
One
everybody a
cup
chance
of
to
coffee at a
vent.
time.
Just a little vent session about just the inequalities throughout the world. I mean, it's just I said, many people have said this year is just going to be so up and down, topsy turvy, and who knew it was just gonna? It just came off like that in January. It's just
Yep.
continuing on. It gets worse and worse, and it's going to get that way. So it's hard to really say what the hell is going to happen because it changes so fast, and they're just
Yeah.
It's going so fast. Everything is just
Everything.
ramping up. You can
Speeding
feel
up.
the speed with which things
Yeah.
are happening. And
exactly,
yeah. Mhm.
exactly.
And
You know what? We are here to keep each other up, and we are here for those of you in the chat to raise you up as well. We have to stick
Absolutely.
together, right?
And I want to
We
thank
absolutely-
everybody for coming
Yeah.
tonight. In the description box
Yeah.
is a link to all of these ladies' channels.
Yeah.
Please go to everybody's channel, like, subscribe, share, get the word out, let everybody know. Go in after the show and go leave a comment
Yeah.
or an emoji in our comment sections on each of our pages. That pushes us out
helps.
there so that when somebody starts searching on YouTube, they'll pop our channel in
Mhm.
there if
Yeah.
for something for them to look at. And just thank y'all. I mean, y'all had a bunch of really good singers.
Yes, the
in
chatters
the
over
chat
here,
tonight.
they're well informed and they have some
Yeah.
great ideas, and I love what they have to say. And I'm so
Mhm.
glad they show up to this because it really gets the
Yes.
conversation going.
Yes, it
Hi,
does.
Book. I didn't even know you were here. I didn't.
I
even
know
see
she
you.
snuck in.
Snuck in the back door when we weren't looking.
But so glad all of you are here, and thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, ladies, for a
thank
fun
you.
night. Next time is in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks time, and Cleo
And Cleo is up
will be
Yay!
on the
hosting.
7th.
Yay! I get the host.
We'll be back March 7th, and Cleo will be the host. So, thank y'all.
Yeah, come back for that just to see.
I mean,
Yes.
they will. There'll be like
How
10,
interesting this
4,000 people are be watching.
You never
Yeah.
know what's going to happen with us. Anything can go.
Okay.
All right,
All
take
right.
care, all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.